Rice is a staple diet of half the world's population, and basmati rice differs nutritionally from other rices, mainly in that it has a much lower GI or glycemic index rating. Lower GI foods may help with weight loss diets and help hunger control. This in turn also has distinct benefits for those with diabetes. The fat content is comparatively low at only 1 gram of fat per 200 grams, and many types of basmati rice are naturally gluten-free.
Rachel, you've got several ingredients prepared and a chicken. So
Yes.
this is mustard chicken you're going to make, isn't it?
Yes.
Tell us how.
Well, these are going to be the ingredients for not even a marinade, just a kind of mix it around thing.
Okay.
And this is the chicken.
Great. And it's a whole chicken?
It's a whole chicken, which we got from the butcher this morning. Beautiful chicken. And I am going to saute cut it. So I like to cut the legs off first.
Okay.
So you can tell this chicken had a nice life because it's got nice legs that from walking about. So I'm going to break the
bone, the
here,
thigh bone?
the thigh bone, and cut through it.
Okay, so that's quite easy. I mean, that seemed reasonably
Yes, it's
easy to
easy because you've broken it
at the
so you're
actual
not
joint.
hacking it.
Yeah.
So you can do it with a little old knife. You don't have to have a big old cleaver. So again, I lift it up, and then I
push back,
pop it, break it, and then from there you just cut through where you've broken it, and you can feel it. It's like the hinge of a door. And then so now I'm going through cutting the knee.
Yeah. So you're getting a drummer as well as a thigh bone.
Yes, exactly. So there's your drumstick.
Yeah.
And there's your thigh bone.
Yeah.
And do that again. So you basically, it's just like the hinge of a door. You find where the hinge is.
Yes. Push back.
And cut through the point where you can feel it bend.
Right.
And then you cut through the knee and the cartilage, and it's easy. And again, thigh, drumstick.
So you're just peeling that away, really,
yes,
aren't you?
I'm just using the knife to slice it away from the rib cage. These are the ribs. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah,
those
it's coming away quite cleanly, isn't it, if you're doing it properly?
Yes, it's not that complicated. And then cut off the...
You've got the neck in there as well?
Yes.
Okay.
So this now was the wing that I just cut off.
Some people quite like the neck, don't they?
They do. They do.
Got lots of flavour.
Yes. And when people say goujon, what they're actually called, this is actually the goujon. It's the inner part of the breast.
Yes.
There's
the
that
little extra bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is technically the goujon. So you end up with 2 bits. So I'm going to make the marinade. So I have some lemon.
Yep. Just a good squeeze of lemon in there.
Yes, for some acidity. I'm not going to worry about pips.
Okay.
I have some mustard, so I'm going to be really messy.
And this is the key ingredient, isn't it? Because we are making mustard chicken.
I've got a bit of chilli as well. So this is going to be quite fiery.
Yeah.
And look at those colours.
They already look great, don't they? So then you're making the basic marinade here, really?
Yes, but it's not really a marinade. It's just something to put...
Dip the chicken in?
Yes.
Right, okay.
Right, I think that's all my bits, yes.
Yeah.
Would you mind putting that onto the heat?
No,
careful, yes.
There we go.
Now, so I'm just going to put a little bit of oil in the pan.
Yes.
And I'm going to cook this slowly. Right. Because if I cook this on a great big temperature, if I say marinade, that's making it far too big an idea.
But once you've dipped the chicken in the cover.
Yes. If I were to fry this at a high heat, then it would almost immediately burn.
Right. So, I mean, that's great colour, isn't it, from the mustard?
Yes.
That's really good.
It's making my eyes water. And then just gently fry the bits off. And as I said, we want to do this at a nice low temperature, because if we did it at a high temperature, what we do is burn the mustard.
Oh, right.
And then we'd have burnt
mustard
chicken.
So well cooked chicken, okay. That looks great.
Get the last bits of the gunk out.
Yes.
Like that.
It almost reminds me of the beginning of a curry.
Yes. Yes.
You know, it's because it's not a lot of oil in it, and it is just the chicken going in and being roasted.
It's very like masala, only made with mustard rather than made with more complicated spices.
Rachel, I can see it sizzling. So it's obviously cooking away nicely.
Yes, I'm going to give it, now I've washed my hands.
Yes.
I am going to turn it over. I'm just starting to colour.
Yeah, that's nice, isn't it?
It's really quite mustardy. Every time I lean over it, my eyes just...
Sense that,
Yes. So we do have to be careful that we don't burn the outsides, because the mustard is a powder that will dry out and potentially burn.
So how long are you giving this really to cook and certainly to fry up?
Well, I would say give it 5 minutes aside, just on this very gentle heat.
Okay.
And then put the lid on.
Yes.
And allow it another 10 minutes with the lid on. So at that point it is starting to boil.
Right,
or
okay.
cook at least in its juices.
Yes.
And then so it will make its own little sauce.
Okay.
So I'm just going to pop the lid on that.
Yep.
And let it, actually, I'm going to put these drumsticks in the middle because they're quite thick, so they get the most of the heat.
Right.
And look at those colours.
I know, they look great.
Because chicken can sometimes look a bit kind of brown and white and dull.
Yes, but they look great, don't they?
Not going to have that problem with this. So I'm going to put the lid on.
Okay.
And leave it for 10 minutes.
Hello, I'm on Banks Farm, which is on the edge of Mendips Hill in Somerset. We're here today to explore the ins and outs of beef farming.
We produce mainly native breed cattle, along with some continental breeds for the high-end quality end of the beef market. These are mainly Aberdeen Angus and Hereford with some continental breeds. So why we like mainly native breeds is that they're so good at grazing the wonderful grassland we produce here in the West Country. What's unique about beef from the UK is because we live on a small, wet, mild island. That rainfall means we can produce amazing grassland and red clover like we see in the background here, and that in turn produces a unique type of meat. And consumers really like that kind of meat and the natural marbling it produces and the special qualities and taste that provides, which you just don't get from beef from around the world.
Rachel, that chicken has had quite a while now, so it smells ready. Is it ready?
Yes. Oh yes, look at that.
It looks great, doesn't it?
Yes, let's put that on a...
You were right
plate.
about the juice, weren't you? There's a little bit of stock in there now from its own juices.
Indeed. There we go. So if you have doubts about whether it's cooked through or not, then just cut a bit of the chicken breast, the thick part of the chicken breast in half.
Because it's quick, isn't it, really?
Very quick. And then
And
these
there's your little back bits.
Yes, indeed.
Lovely.
Now I'm just going to take a bit of that sauce
Okay.
and slop it over the top and drizzle that around because there's a lot of flavour.
In those sauces, yeah.
Yes. A lot of the flavour of the mustard will have gone into the chicken as it's cooked.
It's remarkable how much there is, isn't there, really, considering you started with nothing other than the chicken and a little bit of oil. So talk me through what you've made to go with it.
I have made a Waldorf brown rice salad.
Okay.
And then a watercress salad.
Yes. Which
Great
looks
time of year
nice.
for, for watercress.
Lovely.
And just a little bit of flatbread.
Breads. Right, okay. And in the actual salad, what are the different ingredients? I mean, I can see apples for a start, celery. All
Apples,
good?
celery, raisins.
Yes.
And some spring onions just for some colour, and walnuts, which is classic for a Waldorf. But normally when you make a Waldorf, it's without the brown rice, and it's really quite laden with calories, and also kind of, for me, overladen with taste.
Yes.
So to spread it out through the brown rice makes it, diffuses the flavour, so you have the beautiful nutty taste of the brown rice and the occasional crunch of the Waldorf.
Shall I try a bit of the
you go
goujon?
for it.
And I'll try a little bit of the back as well.
Yep.
Because you did say that you think they've got the most flavour.
Yes.
I mean, it breaks through really easily, so it certainly feels cooked.
Well,
And
it
I'll
should
have
be
a little
nice
bit of
and
that
tender because it's cooked.
salad.
Yep.
Should we try a little bit of the brown?
There you go.
Because I quite like the idea of brown rice as a salad. Let's dig in with a little bit of celery. Okay, this be enough to give me a good taste. Here we go with the back bit.
Nice and moist.
Very good.
Bit of a punch. Good.
And very tender. Very, very tender. Okay. Quick bit of brown rice.
And ideal for a summer meal in the garden.
Absolutely perfect. Rachel, you've done it again. Lovely. Really enjoyed it. Thank you.
Glad you liked it. Thank you.
So, a perfect summer meal with some really lovely accompanying dishes. And if you want to make them, then go to our website, healthykitchen.tv, and you'll find all the recipes, all the tips, and indeed, Rachel would love to hear your tips and see your pictures of how you've actually made these dishes as well. You can do that on our Facebook page, you can do that through social media, through Twitter,
Instagram,
the
all
whole
over
lot.
it.
Yeah,
Yep.
we'd love to hear from you. So stay healthy, stay fit, enjoy cooking.